son, here's a good stick to beat the lovely lady.
Banach T na féile pádraig ort, which essentially means Happy St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, I figured I'd try and add a little bit of a more of an Irish touch to the video. Obviously I have a green t-shirt. I looked long and hard to find a green t-shirt, so it's a Back to the Future one with a classic quote from George McFly, I'm your density. So yeah, trying to add that thematic flavor to the day. But yeah, as I said again, happy St. Patrick's Day. Whether you're from America or England, or you're coming from Poland or Argentina or Cameroon, Japan, wherever you're from, if you're watching the video, I hope you're having a fantastic St. Patrick's Day. But anyway, as to the film I'm watching today, I think many of you already know it's going to be The Quiet Man with John Wayne. So yeah, this film I've seen kind of bits and pieces here and there kind of over the years, but never in its whole entirety all the way through. So as I said, I know John Wayne is in it. Is it Maureen O'Hara, I think, is in it, the Irish actress. And I know Jack McGowan is in this film, who I'm a big fan of. He actually worked a lot with the Irish playwright Samuel Beckett. McGowan was like an actor he used to always go to for a lot of his plays. I know he's in the film. But yeah, that's kind of it. I know, like, it's John Wayne coming back to Ireland. I think ancestors are from the country, and yeah, I don't know why, but he's coming back to Ireland. But guys, look, if you enjoyed this reaction, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and yeah, we'll get into it. So let's watch The Quiet Man. Sláinte. John Ford. How many films did John Ford do with John Wayne? See, I believe this was filmed in Mayo, so just outside near Connemara, which is in Galway, which is up kind of on the west, beyond the kind of the west coast.
Look of an American tourist at all about him. Not a camera on him. What was worse, not town.
Back then, we'd probably be the Irish, but wow, he's got a camera.
Could you tell me the way to Innisfree?
Innisfree, 5 miles and maybe a half more.
So I don't like to pause it, but this is a funny story just I was saying about, you know, wow, he's got a camera. I don't remember, but I was told a story of, there was some guy, he was wearing like sunglasses, he was walking up the street, I think it was the 80s or something, and my mother was telling me about this, and he was walking up the street and some other guy just looked at him and goes, God, look at him with the sunglasses, who does he think he is, Michael Jackson or something? It's the thing we say in Ireland, it's like, oh, he's got notions, look at him with his sunglasses. Yeah, sorry. Just trying to throw in a real Irish-like thing into the equation.
It's Innisfree you want. Be saving your breath, Mr. Maloney. Let me direct the gentleman. Happen you know the way to Knockanore?
None.
There's many knows Knockanore that doesn't know Innisfree.
He asked a simple question and they're like having a big argument about it.
Mr. Maloney, you'd be the first to admit it.
Now tell me this, Yank. What is it you're after?
Ah, here we go. Yank.
Or salmon?
All I want is to get to Innisfree.
Was I telling you about that trout I got 2 Sundays before last?
You did. At Innisfree.
Ah, not at all, not at all. At Ballygar, over the...
Just asked a simple question. There you go, that could be your saviour right there.
Why a man would go to Innisfree?
I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree.
Cincinnati.
Nope. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Don't you remember it, Shawneen, and how it was? And there was the field where Dan Tobin's bull chased you. It was
Such an Irish story.
That's nothing but a wee humble cottage.
He'd appreciate it because he hasn't been in Ireland.
Across the brook. That humble cottage. Who owns it now?
But the widow to land, not that she lives there.
Because I'm buying it.
Now, why would a Yankee from Pittsburgh want to buy it?
Because I'm Sean Thornton, and I was born in that little cottage over there. And I've come home, and does that answer your questions once and for all, you nosy little man?
Sean Thornton.
Wouldn't you just love Well, I have gone to places like that, but just yeah, walks there are just amazing.
That's me there, walking. That tall, saintly-looking man.
Hello, Father.
Ah, yes. I knew your people, Sean. Your grandfather. Your mother?
She's dead. America when I was 12.
I'll remember her in the Mass tomorrow. Take a minute. It's a little
Take
matter
your time. I'll be up ahead.
Yeah, he'll just enjoy the walk and the scenery. Something else caught his eye, not just the scenery. I think he's caught her eye as well.
Hey, is that real? She couldn't be.
Ah, nonsense, man. Brought on by your terrible thirst. Come up, Napoleon.
Never heard it said like that before. It's another thing we say over here, telling someone to be quiet, you go, wished, wished, no, wished. Particularly kind of the older generation. Ah, turf, right from the bog. It's just like, we don't know who this is, so we'll just stare and watch.
Good morning.
She's like, guys never approached me like that before.
Who taught you to be playing patty fingers in the holy water?
Just being polite, so.
Who is it? Mary Kate Danaher. And don't be getting any notions into your head.
Mary.
There we go, notions.
Forget it, sure, lightly. And her with the freckles in her temper. Oh, that red head of hers is no lie.
Are you planning to turn White Morning into a national shrine?
What?
Perhaps charge tuppence a visit for a...
Heaps. My mother's told me about Innisfree and White-a-Morn. Innisfree has become another word for heaven.
Mrs. Talan.
Mr. Thornton from America.
Boo.
That behind me back, he's trying to steal a White of Morn right from under me nose.
And what concern of yours is this, Will?
As I remember, Mrs. Delan, you said 700 pounds.
See here, little man. 10.
How about an even 1,000?
1,000 and
1p.
and I'll be saying...
Reminds me of just that whole negotiation over the buying the land. The Field is a film I'd actually recommend. A lot darker than this now. Richard Harris, Sean Bean, John Hurt, and Brenda Fricker. So you got a really good cast.
Come on, Olivia, there's work to be done.
Isn't it a bit early in the day for the bottle? Even for you?
Feeny, get your book out.
She little in the barn.
Shut your gob.
I'll shut you, me little
There you
man.
go, shut your gob. That's another one. Your
Clean up
mouth.
yourself or bought White of Morn in spite of you.
It is lovely, isn't it?
Do, and there'll be a fine wake in this house tonight. After all, he's got more right to that land than you have.
They weren't lying about her feisty temper.
Matter of fact, I'd like to buy everybody a drink.
I do not believe I heard your name.
Sean Thornton.
And your father's name?
Michael Thornton. He used to live here. White-a-Morning. Just...
Grandfather would be old Sean Thornton.
Right.
Bless his memory. The case.
In Ireland, it's very few steps usually before you know someone that you're linked to.
Who is he anyway? Well, he's a nice, quiet,
Nosy trade.
loving man come home to Ireland to forget his troubles.
It's another thing in a pub in Ireland, isn't it? Like in a local kind of country pub, you'll get someone saying just out of nowhere, shh, wish, 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 shh, and then someone just starts singing.
Oh, that little speech, Feeny.
You'll be knowing what, Squire. I'm a man from Innisfree, and I bid no welcome to any man fool enough to pay £1,000 for a bit of land.
And a hurt. I always hated a flabby handshake myself.
Neither one of them wants to give in.
I have a strange notion we're going to be friends, Yank.
Well, give me a minute. Just let some blood run back into this thing.
Yeah, this is going to piss Danaher off now. The fact that all the locals are getting on with him. Oh, the smoke coming out. Someone's in there. The hell? I'd say it was Mary Kate. I'd say did it. Yep. Went right to it. Jesus.
The bold one you are. And who gave you leave to be kissing me?
So you can talk.
You thinking?
Well, some things a man doesn't get over so easy.
Like, what's
Kneeling in church with a face like a saint.
saint indeed? It was just by way of being a good Christian act.
I know it was, Mary Kate Danaher.
But it kind of shows another good trait of her, I guess, that he finds attractive.
It's a bed. Excuse me.
No doubt she's interested. She's watching and all.
Oh, a man would have to be a sprinter to catch his wife in a bed like that.
Mr. Flynn. And what are you all dressed up for, Mickeleen Og?
We have come at the request of Thornton Shorten.
It was very common back in the day, matchmaking.
The party of the first part has instructed me to inquire before entering into formal negotiation. Yes, he wants to know if you go for it.
Go for it.
And if you do, I'll speak to your brother.
What did Sean, I mean the party of the first part, say about my fortune?
He says he doesn't give it.
Well, a fine opinion he must have of me if he thinks I'd go to any man without a proper fortune. Linen, and £50 in gold my father left me, and my mother's rings and brooches, and my grandmother's wedding veil, and her...
Do you know the peeler and the goat?
I do not.
Neither do I.
Could you use a little water in your whiskey?
Well, what answer will I give Sean Thornton and Mary Kate?
Him from me that I go for it.
She's in that good a mood, she'll do that. So she's got fire, she's a temper, but she's nervous in a lot of ways as well.
I'll do all the talking.
And I'm supposed to stand here like a dummy?
It's, well, it's Mickeleen Og Flynn, and there's a gentleman with him.
It's like on their wedding night, is he going to be there as well, instructing them?
Thornton, not. I've come to talk about your sister Mary Kate and him.
Oh, get out. Best man on the face of this earth, and my sister, the last woman, I'd still say no.
Now, just a minute.
If it's a question of the girl's fortune, we...
I thank you anyway, Sean Thornton, for the asking.
You don't think this changes anything?
You've gone too far.
Tradition.
Hey, what is this? We're gonna get married. Are we? We get it.
This is Ireland, Sean, not America. Without her brother's consent, she couldn't and wouldn't.
Is that Mary Kate? Yeah.
And on the day of the Innisfree races, we sprung the trap on Red Will Danaher.
It's like Western version of John Wayne.
Will all the lovely ladies who are putting up their bonnets for the Innisfree Cup place their bonnets on the finishing line?
30 to 1 on that. 40 to 1 on that.
Big odds there.
If you've been doing any matchmaking, but what do you mean?
Why do you suppose the widow Talan has stood you off so long, huh? What woman would come into the house with another woman in it? If you got rid of Mary Kate, the widow would have been...
Clever. Very clever.
Yes. You had your chance and you flubbed it. 3 Our Fathers and 3 Hail Marys.
Don't sit there gawking. You're going to put up your bonnet.
I will do no such shameless thing.
You will?
I will not.
Which bonnet did he take? Oh, he took it.
He took your bonnet, Sarah.
Oh god. Her brother will probably have to take hers, will he?
Friend, does your offer still stand?
Oh, no, oh, that...
Well, now, the banns haven't been read, and no man objecting. I'm permitting this man to court my sister,
It's a big thing just recording, isn't it?
but under the usual conditions.
None of that now, none of that. Hands to yourself on your own side of the road.
Jeez.
Get on the...
Why do we have to have you along? Back in the States, I'd drive up, honk the horn, the gal would come running out.
I know.
I don't know, let me know in the comments, would you rather be honked at and told they were coming, or this, with some guy?
We'll get nowhere at this rate.
You need to feck off, man.
I'll let you do a healthy mile or so just
There
to
we
get
go.
used to
Stay.
It is that, Mr. Thornton.
Pretty bonnet you have on.
Bonnet? Don't you be talking to me about bonnets. After leaving mine stuck up there like a...
Easy.
Well,
It's a court, not a Johnny Brooks.
that was a ploy, really.
Have the good manners not to hit the man until he's your husband and entitled to hit you back.
Jeez.
I can think of a lot of things I'd rather do to one of the Danaher's. Miss Danaher,
Mr. Thornton.
can you ride a bike? Well, what are we waiting for?
Mary Kate Danaher. Sean.
Well, feck off. Probably then that was seen as very risque, probably a scene, or like, whereas now it's quite tame. You know? Sure, it wasn't Elvis like, because he swirled his hips, like they had to just have it up to here back in the 50s.
A girl like you that I'm just about to kiss, I'd have told her.
Oh, but the kissing's a long way off yet.
Huh?
Well, we just started the courting and next... Well, maybe we won't have to wait that month.
Yep.
Rain. There we go. That was a short month. Wow, she's going for another one.
Later, there was a nice,
He looks so
quiet
shocked.
little celebration.
She looks a little upset.
350 pounds gold. A carload of furnishings.
And full of health. And may they live in peace and freedom.
Attention, attention, please. Squire Danaher has the floor. In other words, he's got something to say to you all. So, without further eloquence...
Without further eloquence? All she has to do is to say that little word. When's the happy day, Sarah, darling?
Happy
But
day,
Sarah,
indeed.
darling.
And don't darling me, Claude. Who gave you the right to make such an announcement?
I all said... Why... The Reverend Mr. Playfair, Mrs. Reverend. Crazy am I? Well, this is something you won't get, now or ever.
Oh, fuck. He's wanted to do that for a while. Jeez. Took a dark fucking turn. God.
My spinet over there, and a table here, and
I didn't know you felt that way about it, but it seems like a lot of fuss and grief over little furniture and stuff.
and I'll wash, and I'll keep the land. But that is all, until I've got my dowry safe about me.
What is this?
Haven't I been trying to tell you? that until you have my dowry, you haven't got any bit of me. 300 years of happy dreaming in those things of mine.
Tradition.
I want them.
Holy shit.
There'll be no locks or bolts between us, Mary Kate, except those in your own mercenary little heart.
Slept in the sleeping bag.
Don't be shaming me, please, in front of your friends.
What? Oh.
Lessons I took in the art.
Probably still drinking from the night before. Never stopped.
You left last night, Mary Kate. A couple of us persuaded Danaher to change his mind.
It's my things. My furniture. No. Now,
Tonight could be better for you, Sean.
So that the light shines on the music.
Sorry about the dowry, Mary Kate.
We couldn't make him change his mind about it. Not even Father Lonergan could do it.
I mean, it is better than nothing.
What man is it that I have married?
A better one, I think, than you know, Mary Kate.
Roses? Are you planting roses?
Yeah.
Fine farmer you are. Not a turnip or a cabbage or a potato.
Do you know I don't like potatoes? I know it's weird as an Irish guy. I love sweet potatoes though.
So you're not a woman to be honked at, huh?
Why, it's beautiful. Did you ever see such a... Mine.
Sure. Think you can drive it?
Hold on to your hat.
Then let's have another pint, and I'm buying this one.
High time.
What's that?
I said that's fine, Squire, fine.
Look, he sold the crossbreds.
The what?
The sheep he's been planning on.
Oh.
Hurry, now is a good time to ask him. About my money.
Thought she was over
He
that.
can't say that he hasn't got it with him now.
Can't you get it through your head that I didn't marry you for your fortune?
It's on me. Oh, on me too if I'd married a coward.
Is that what you think of me? I'm sick of the talk of it. Is that all you Danahers think about? Money?
Did she just leave without him?
Could I tell you in the Irish? Near lig me, Markelis, Jackie Malabanum, a rare, a home.
Laba's bed.
Culla
Sleep.
Woman, Ireland may be a poor country, God help us. A married man sleeps in a bed and not a bag. And for your own good, I'll tell you what this... There he is! That's the one I've been waiting for 2 hours.
I love the way she's getting involved in it as well, like, even after this really serious conversation.
Get the gaff, woman! God help us! If there's anything you gotta say to me, say it here.
I'd rather talk to you in private.
Well, what's you'll be chewing your teeth for a week?
You've got 20 pounds on him, Danaher.
How would it be if I put one of me fists in my pocket? Go on, right or left? Go on, that's fair enough, isn't it?
You don't know that he was a boxer.
You're the only one I can level with. I gotta talk to somebody or I'm gonna blow my top.
Whole different
Tony
thing, yeah.
Godello was a good egg. Nice little wife and home. Couple of kids, keen fighter. But I didn't go in there to outbox him. I went in there to beat his brains out. That's what I did. For what? Purse? Lousy money.
I guess it's another reason why he's so annoyed at Mary Kate for being so about the money, because...
All this talk about her big fortune. It's not that important.
It must be strange to you from America. But it's an old custom here.
I can't fight or won't fight unless I'm mad enough to kill, and if that means losing her...
You know, for how kind of, like, comedic and silly it is at times, there's a real substance here with this whole dilemma he finds himself in.
Talking to the vicar, Mr. Playfair.
I had a long talk with Father Lonergan.
Maybe, like, could he tell her about what happened with the boxer? Okay, at least they slept in the same room tonight.
Will you drive me to the train, says she.
What?
Why?
Me very question, why, says I. Love him, says she. I love him too much to go on living with a man I'm ashamed of.
And was this?
Because he won't do the fight.
Time for the Dublin train.
Saddle up my horse, will you, please?
Saddle his horse. Put more shame on her.
Are we getting classic Wayne here? He's humming the music. It's the worst attempted hiding ever.
Morning.
He knows. He knows.
Right. He's walking her back the whole long way.
Why you...
5 miles. Just a good stretch of the legs.
Yeah, so he had to do the other day, wasn't it?
John, here's a good stick to beat the lovely lady.
Your in-laws are coming to visit you, Squire darling.
And not just the in-laws, the whole town.
You owe me 350 pounds. Let's have it.
I'll pay you. Never.
That breaks all bargains. Your sister back. It's your custom, not mine. No fortune, no marriage. We call it quits.
There's your dirty money. Take it. Count it, you spawn. And...
Huh? So what, is she...
Charge it!
Oh!
I'll be going on home now. I'll have the supper ready for you.
It's like that's all she wanted. Oh.
That was a dirty blow, Sean.
He'll go through with it anyway now. Jeez, that was a clatter and a half.
Because of Queensbury rules, mind you now, Squire.
Okay with me, Mickalene.
Everybody, the Marquis of Queensbury rules.
Now, the Marquis of Queensbury rules.
Marquis of Queensbury rules.
Who cares about him? It's that big bellowing bully concerns me.
God, he can take a few punches until I give him that.
Give a man a hand, then.
Battles, aye, and 1,000 besides.
That's the old man from
The
earlier.
victorious field is buckler back.
That perked him up a bit.
To it, but see,
Don't do that, lad. It's your duty.
but seeing it was Stanaher and Sean Thornton.
Thornton? Well, why the devil didn't you tell me? Why are you...
In a few minutes we'll do it. When one of them's laid out.
Well, Danaher, you're a good fight, man. I'll say that for you.
How was he keeping track of all the bets?
Hound on Thornton against the Squire.
Oh.
Now that I'm tired, mind you, I'm as fresh as a daisy.
You look more like a black-eyed Susan to me. Let's go. Yeah.
Bit of tranquility. To the tooth?
This has been a fight taking quite a liking to you.
I'm getting real fond of you, too.
Your widow.
I'm buying. What time is it?
5:30, sir.
Round 2 has been initiated.
There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name.
God bless all in this house.
Wipe your feet.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sit down, sit down. That's what...
Helen. So peace and quiet came once again to Innisfree.
Oh, they got married. Or they're just courting.
No patty fingers, if you please.
And so I finally seen The Quiet Man in its entirety, the whole way through. Yeah, really like this film. For me, this kind of reminds me of like a film that you'd watch kind of over Christmas. It's just pure fun and entertainment, you know. It's one of those kind of films. Although in saying that, the whole thing with Wayne's character having killed a boxer, like that was like, you know, there was real depth to that, like in the fact that he killed a man, you know, and he talks about it like a man who had a family, a nice man who had a family and, you know, children, and like what did he do it for, as I said, the purse, you know, the money. So you can really see then why he's so taken aback and almost annoyed that Mary Kate is so insistent on the dowry. But then, you know, you flip it from her side, like it's tradition, you know, it's her grandmother and her mother, it's a whole thing that comes true. So you kind of see it on both sides. So, you know, it's good writing. It's good writing between the pair, because as I said, even though it's a fun, entertaining film, you know, with a lot of humor in it, there is a substance to it as well, you know, which is kind of like a counterbalance and adds just another layer to the film. Beautifully shot. I mean, you know, the locations are beautiful. They really are beautiful. As I said earlier in the video, you know, I kind of used to just kind of not that I dismiss it, but I didn't take heed or was aware as much of how nice Ireland is as a country. If I saw something in Ireland, I would kind of just not take heed. But then if I was in another country, I'd be like, oh my god, that's amazing, you know. But I've kind of come to realize that Ireland itself as well is a beautiful country and has some beautiful locations. And a lot of it we see in this film. The fight scene obviously was really good. It definitely rivaled the long fight scene we see in They Live as well. The music, the music, I love that music. Absolutely love that music. But yeah, I know a lot of you had suggested I watch this film. So I'm really glad that I enjoyed it, because I would have felt bad if I'd watched it and then came with a verdict saying that I didn't really think it was that good, you know. I would have felt bad for you, you know. So I just want to say thanks for suggesting it. A really fun film, and I hope you enjoyed the reaction as well. And yeah, as I said, and also obviously I'm not recording it on St. Patrick's Day, but when it goes up it'll be St. Patrick's Day, so I hope wherever you are that you have like a wonderful St. Patrick's Day and you really enjoy it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, but until next time, slán go fóill.